And we are
All right, let's
live.
go.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. I am Tasha Cooper Ware. I am CEO and founder of HLS Collective, and I help women stop fighting their body and start working with it. I am here with my cousin Bruce Hill of Better Questions. Yes. And we are so happy to bring you business cousins. Once again, we are back.
What's up, y'all? Hey, can we talk about the title real quick?
Yeah, we can talk about the title.
Cause we were just like, all right, we're cousins. It's business. It's business cousins. Done. We'll come up with a new name later.
Yes.
Every single name we came up with has been taken, but not
Take
even
it.
once. Like multiple times. Like there's like family business. Then there's like the family business, and then there's family businesses, and then
Kept in the family, all about business. It's and some people aren't even doing anything with the names. They're just taking.
no,
They're just taking.
there's like 2 episodes. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
man,
But they have it. But we should look into if they don't have the trademark because then it doesn't really matter.
we grab the trademark and then ask them
That
for the
doesn't. I mean, if
domain.
they only have two and we have 50, ours will pop up anyway. So it may not matter.
It may not. I've got a
Mm-mm.
part. I got somebody for that.
Yeah. And then, I mean, really what matters is if we can get the handles. If we can
That's a
actually
separate
get,
part.
yeah, that's a whole
Um,
separate, we have to get the separate research for that. So as you see, each week we talk about business and the
mhm.
trials and tribulations, the bruises and bumps, and the wins that we go through on a week to week basis. We talk about our recap of what happened in the last 7 days and what we hope happens in the next 7 years to accomplish our goals.
I like that.
Like that.
Yeah, that's good. 7 days and then 7 years.
Yes.
You're right. So what's the wins? What's some of the highlight? What or maybe some of the lessons? Right? What's the wins or lessons for this past 7 days for you?
Okay, so the past 7 days we started the new year, and I am in the fitness industry, so it's interesting to watch all the ads change over on the algorithms because everyone's starting their fitness and wellness journey. From what I heard, the gyms are still pretty empty, so that was interesting to see. As far as business, people are trickling in. I'm getting some people back
Okay.
who took their break. A lot of my clients pushed through, so shout out to the wins to my clients that did not take a break during the winter break during the holiday. They did work out. They showed up for their accountability calls. So I would say that was a win to not have to start a lot of clients from scratch. There are not a lot of resets per se, even though I do offer a reset call to kind of recalibrate, but they're not starting from scratch. And launched our women's wellness brunch that's coming up on March 15th. So that link is live, ready to go, ready to promote. So excited about that as well.
Oh, let's get that in the show notes. Do you have it handy?
Um, no, but
Yep.
I can think I can drop it in the chat maybe.
If you put it, let me see here. Yeah, throw it
Yeah.
in the chat, and then we'll get it. I'll update the show notes.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, we'll do it live. Okay. Taking action. I love it. What else?
Yes. Um, Pretty much setting the tone for our new programming coming out, Elevation Method within our Elevation Suite. So excited about launching that. We have a call tonight later on after this. We have Amber Gillian. I have a therapist now on staff that's working with the mental side. So I don't have to do all the mindset coaching. I have an actual therapist in.
That's fire.
Yes, yes, and networking. We started a network with a lot of women practitioners in our area. So they own their OBGYNs and nurse practitioners, and they do a lot with premenopause and postmenopausal work with women. So that is a subject matter that has become very prevalent these days, and it makes a big difference in your wellness. So I'm excited to network those women. They will also be the brunch, a lot of them. So,
You don't want to. I want to push back on becoming prevalent. A friend of mine, she turned 50
hmm
just last year, and we were talking, just catching up, life, business, and she had never heard of menopause. She did.
at
She didn't hear.
50,
She was 49, maybe 48 before she even knew what that was. And I think I'm really excited to see people are building businesses around it. So if you help, I know shout out to Daria Rosen. if you help women through menopause, please tell more people what you do.
Yeah.
Okay. They need you.
And tap in. We're creating a whole network here. Um,
Tap it.
when some women start as early as 32 with premenopause. So I know it's way younger because of our food source and things like that and what they put in it. Women are having premenopause a lot earlier than our mothers did, and they weren't talking about it at all. So,
Right, right. Yeah, that's a little your health and wellness sidebar. But
indeed.
that's why it's called HLS, right? A
Yes.
healthy lifestyle, not just physical. Um,
Yes.
it's mental, it's spiritual, it's emotional, it's all the above.
It's
That's
all the
beautiful.
things
That's beautiful.
holistic to give you longevity and vitality because you can't just do one part. You can't just do one part.
We're trying to tell them, and this is where we connected. So my business, if you're a first time listener, is called New Skills, New You, and we focus on making sales simple by teaching you to ask better questions. Underneath that, though, is personal and professional development. I know if I can help you grow, I help your business grow. If I help you get better, every relationship in your life gets better. And so it's same coin, maybe just a different side of the same coin,
Mm-hmm.
where we want a holistic approach to your success.
Yes, yes. Oh, something else that was positive this week that I did implement that we talked about was working on referrals and creating surveys to kind of get some feedback from my clients that I've already been working with. So that was a plus this week. Been working towards that and helping my coach that works with me to implement it in his exit interviews and reset calls for the new year.
Making it part of the SOP. I love it. I
Yes,
love it.
sir. Yes.
I'm gonna see. I wonder. We'll have to do a post. There's a video I talk about getting referrals, and
Mm,
they're the highest converting lead source and the lowest cost lead source.
yes.
If you're not asking for referrals in your business, you are missing on money. You're missing on opportunity to serve.
Absolutely, missing an opportunity to serve, and I love that when you put that in your book. And and I'm almost finished his book. Everyone,
Oh, that's love.
yes,
Thank you.
yes. Be the first book I finished in 2026. I'm excited about that because we're only 13 days in. So, and no, I'm not being a slow reader, Bruce.
uh, just finish and implement it. That's all I
Yes,
ask.
indeed, indeed. So, what you got going on this week?
And this
In the
week
last
has
7 days?
been amazing. This month
I
has
mean,
been amazing. So I've been consistently using LinkedIn as my
okay.
outreach and YouTube. So as I reach out on LinkedIn and say yes, no, or maybe later, I'll send them to the YouTube. Say, hey, listen, I just want to add value. Here's a great way to stay connected and stay informed. But some people are saying yes, and not even how much does it cost to say, hey, how's this going to help me? How do we
Mm-hmm,
hire you?
mm-hmm.
So from what's this, the 13th, I think I've scheduled 6 calls. I've
Oh,
had 5
okay.
so far. I got one more tomorrow, and it's just from LinkedIn. So I mean, we're averaging um, one every other day. It's going to be a great year.
Oh,
So I'm
absolutely.
super
Send me
excited.
that script, please, and thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
I'll share it. It's super easy. Actually, shout out to Lewis Kramer. I modified one of hers to say, hey, my name's Bruce. I help your target audience here turn more conversations into clients. I'm reaching out to see if which one of my programs would be a good fit for you and your team.
Oh, amazing.
Um,
I,
oh, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say I made my first connection on LinkedIn this week as well. I set a call with a woman. She reached out like you did to me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not even on LinkedIn that often." And we set the call, and she's on the chair at Morgan University, so she's in academia, but she changed careers from electrical engineering. So exactly, so
Okay.
she was just looking to network. So I said, "Oh, okay, this is where my people hanging out. I need to tap into LinkedIn a little bit more."
It's invaluable tool.
It's
Invaluable. I'm
invaluable,
gonna start doing
invaluable.
some more trainings on around it. So super thankful for that. What else? What else? Some people said no, which was interesting. So let's talk about that because there's always
Uh-huh.
they always tell you, yeah, I made $1 million yesterday on accident, right? But they don't tell you about the days they made zero. So
Yes.
one thing that was interesting, they had some people that said no, no, thank you, not interested. Which was interesting is that they took the time to reply,
Yeah.
which I appreciate. I just wonder, like what was going through their head there.
Yeah.
So we're connected, so I'll come up on their feed. So I'm not worried about that. That's progress.
Hmm.
Your job, listen, for everyone's like, oh, I don't like code outreach. Your job isn't for them to say yes, or even respond. Your job is just to ask them, give them a chance to work with you to change your life or business.
Yeah.
I had a few people say, I can't do that right now, but I'd like to stay in touch. So guess what? They go on the email list.
Yeah.
I want to say three folks. And again, it's just we're testing it. We're refining who are we reaching out to, what are we saying. Um, but the most important thing you can do for your business, or maybe you're job hunting, the most important thing you can do is tell people you're out there. Don't
Yeah.
wait for the phone to ring. So we're off to a good
Absolutely.
start. We're off to a great start.
Well, that is amazing. And it's always inspiring to hear others who are getting clients actively and it's working because we do get a lot of no's, you know. And
Absolutely.
in my industry, sometimes I feel, but like you said, an opportunity to serve, it's hard to initiate him. You don't want to say, hey, you look unfit. Don't you want to work with me? You look unwell. You look weathered. Like these are things you can't. You
Please don't
obviously
do that.
no, you obviously don't. But always felt like there was a little bit of nuance asking people if they would like my services. But
Mhm.
maybe I need to let it go.
I mean, here, okay, let's walk through it. If you say, hey, would you like to be healthier in all the areas of your life? I'm reaching out to see which of my programs would be a good fit for you. If they say no, whether they're overweight, underweight, or perfect, that's not your responsibility, right? Because they want to stay where they are. If they say maybe later, they say, hey, here's how you stay in touch until you're ready. If they say yes, then guess what? They're like, oh my God, I'm so glad you reached out. I've been looking for something. And
Yeah.
that's really fulfilling. So, I mean, I wouldn't tell you, hey, you're fat. Join my program.
No,
Please don't do
absolutely.
that. But say, hey,
Absolutely
listen,
not.
if your goal is this, I work with folks who get there a little faster, a little smoother. Let's talk, right? And
Yeah,
let them decide.
that makes sense. That makes sense. That's the approach I will go with, especially in this new chapter of reaching out.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Um, it's everybody was a stranger before they had started your business. It may have been months ago, years ago, right? It could have been a referral. You're like, oh, I grow my business on word of mouth. And that's a good way to start, but you can't, it's tough to control that growth that way.
Yeah.
It's tough to predict it. So you got to add some outreach to it. Referral program and outreach.
Referral program outreach. That is my Q1 goal. Is to push that
Well, you said you
initiative.
were already working on a referral
I
program, right?
am. Mhm.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. Oh no, I implement it immediately. I like you said, success like speed. I'm like, let's just check those boxes. Been real organized. Been using my Notion board and my project manager tools to stay in order. So it's been a good week so far. So, subject of the week.
Yeah, you had some good questions this week.
Yeah.
So if you read, let's see here, if you're listening, same family, different work styles. When love doesn't mean alignment, just
Yeah.
because your family doesn't mean you work the same or want the same thing.
Yeah.
So we want to unpack differences in pace, priorities, communication styles, and vision. That's a lot. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if we're going to get that done in
We're
3 minutes.
yeah. We're
let's
not gonna get it.
let's talk about the vision. Where does that have to map or overlap for it to be a successful partnership?
I think if I, as someone who usually hires the cousins and
Mhm.
hires the family members, it's always been a little bit reversed. Whereas I have a vision and I employ them to the vision,
Mhm.
and they believe in it to an extent, but because they're not necessarily starting the business together, they care less about that part.
Hmm.
And so, one of my core values in the vision for HLS is integrity. Because there's so many times throughout my 20-year career in fitness that integrity is lost through marketing, through media, through lobbying. I use an example. Oprah. Oprah came out the other day talking about her shots and medicine that she's taking to lose weight. But this may be like the fifth time that Oprah has promoted something
Mhm.
that was a weight loss drug, drink, food company. Like in its marketing, we have to remember that sometimes these people who are pushed forward as leaders are also doing capitalism. And
Um,
so And so that's why integrity is one of our core values, because I always wanted to make sure that within my company I promoted things that were longevity and vitality, and you don't have to see me in 20 years and be like, well, Tasha changed her mind about that, because one day she's telling me to do a liquid diet and now she's telling me to go get these shots.
Hmm. That's good.
So that is so back to your question, does the vision match? I think to an extent, but it depends on what field they're in and what you employ them to do. If I hire you, if you work with me as a VA, then the vision may not matter as much depending on what I have. If you're doing my social, I've had cousins do my social. We had to be very much so aligned because I needed the brand voice to speak through and to understand some things as far as fitness and wellness. So I think it depends on what you're doing within the partnership,
Hmm.
if the vision aligns or not.
I love it. Nothing to add to that. What about communication styles? This is where I get in the most trouble.
Oh,
Communication styles.
well, that we could talk about that because we've been learning to communicate with each other in our new business venture, this Business Cousins podcast. Um, so, what do you think? One of some of the struggles you've had with communication style?
I'm a direct communication style, so we don't spend much time on, hey, how you doing? How's your day? I'm like, what's the? And I'm task oriented, so what do we need? What's the task? What tools or resources we need to accomplish the task? Who's taking what action, right? And so a lot of folks will feel they feel very impersonal. And so the challenge I, at the area of opportunities to recognize the different styles where someone is more collaborative style or someone's more reflective, and give them space to be their authentic self, try and meet them some of the way, most of the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once I'm aware about it, I get better. But when I get either really excited about a project, then I'll forget. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, hold on. We got to read all the steps first. I'm like, no, we just need the first step. Let's go.
Uh huh.
And so it's been fun. It's been a fun journey just trying to be as accommodating as possible when it makes sense.
Well, and it's interesting. You see it as accommodating, and I see it as growth. Like I almost always want to hear that. But how's your day? How's it going? What else happened this week before we start this conversation, so I can see where the starting point is,
Sure.
and how much we can really push the conversation. We're gonna get to the check boxes. We're gonna get to the takeaways, but I do like to kind of set the room first and feel, and maybe that's the obviously I'm an ESFJ per Myers Briggs, so I think that's,
Interesting.
yeah, and I think because in my industry, yes, I want you to do the thing, I want you to drink the water, I want you to do the exercise, I want you, but usually it's something a little bit deeper than just the task oriented to do list to get them to their wellness goals and to get them through their journey. So I can't always just go in so clinical because that's unrealistic for the long term. It's
Hmm.
the personal side of personal training. So in business, and what I've learned on conversely from other business owners is like, no, all those pleasantries, you need to send the email, tell them they owe you money, and get out of there. So that's you. Okay. So I do think there's a happy medium. I've had to dial that back because I do send a lot of I was sending a lot of pleasantries via email and things, and it's like, no, but you don't know these people. You just
There's
really,
time for that.
yeah,
I'm learning. It's just not all the time. Because you
yeah,
have to remember, while we want to have good relationships, I want you to remember the only business is people.
yes,
We're not here to become their friends.
yeah,
We're here because they're paying us for a product or service. So while we can be friendly, don't forget, like, hey, this is we're running a business here.
yes.
So it's there's some harmony that has to happen.
It is some army that has to happen, and I think that's a good segue into is being the hardest worker a flex
Hmm.
or control issue, because like you said, you're like, let's get to the task, let's check the box, let's get the
Hmm.
thing done. But does that even make you the hardest worker per se?
So, oh, that's easy. I answer that one in one sentence.
And once it, okay,
Are we working hard at the right thing, and are we resting as well as we're working hard?
yeah,
That's
are we
it.
resting as well as we working? I could go with that.
I
I can go with
think
that.
for me, being a high performer, um, I didn't realize that rest was part of high performance.
Absolutely.
And
It's one of my
athletes get
pillars.
that, right?
And so
You're
do
not
trainers. It's
being
one of my
lazy.
pillars. Hmm.
Now, some people don't work hard enough to rest. Like, you can't walk a mile once a week and be like, it's been a tough week.
Yeah.
In general, right? There's differently able folks that might be an accomplishment. In general, you have to ask yourself, did I push myself to improve, right?
Hmm.
And then, okay, yeah, we got to rest, and you don't have to earn the rest. It's part of the process. Rest is a requirement, not a reward. Shout out to Michelle Welch. And that was something that took me years to learn. But as soon as and I'm still improving. I crashed last week. It was bad.
Mm.
Um, but I'm
Yeah.
learning the rest, and that's helping me get better results.
And I think that hard work can be relative because sometimes it does look different. I know in my business, I have to be fresh if I have to make content. I can't be drained. I have to be fresh to to meet with my clients and coach them through their workouts. So after talking for 7 hours, I have to rest from people
Yeah.
in general. But then I can sit and do my admin work. I can keep working and I don't feel overwhelmed to work for 8, 9 hours. I've done it. I can do it. But I have my rest built in where I say, oh no, but Saturday, catch me at the farmer's market, getting my groceries. Let me make these
Shout
collard
out to
greens.
shopping local.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I got some great tomato bisque soup at our local Miller Farms yesterday. But anyhow, like it just that's what my rest looks like. When I get in the kitchen and I'm like, okay, I could prepare this nutritious meal. It's gonna last 2 or 3 days. But I do find with working with others, they just work kind of slow.
Okay, so that's the other side. I don't see, at least the last 20 years, where we teach people to work hard, like to put in strenuous effort.
Yes.
Um, the one of the exceptions is athletes. Obviously, there's some,
Hmm.
but that's like coaching. That doesn't translate to other areas of life, even though it's valuable in other areas of your life.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah.
I definitely agree with you on that one. It's so aggravating.
It's so aggravating. It's like, well, how much time do you want to spend on this activity that you say you want to accomplish? And the follow through is just piss poor sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I find the disconnect is. It's like if I say you give me the time you want to work, the amount of time I want to work, and how much you want to accomplish, and then we reassess it, and it's just not done in lieu of whatever else is getting done. I'd rather you just say you don't want to do it at all.
I would appreciate that because then we can get you on something else that you enjoy doing.
Hmm.
I try to. Okay, so how do we recognize different people have different paces,
Hmm.
and also hold them accountable? Like this is taking too long.
Yeah. So in my business, usually we parted ways.
Okay.
Um, because at a certain point, it's like if I feel like I'm pulling a boulder behind me, then it's no longer adding value to what we're trying to accomplish.
Hmm.
And I've also, um, in coaching people through it, I still have to meet them where they are because typically people work for me part time.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had cousins that I've said, hey, actually, you're doing a really good job, but I need you to pass the bar. And your mama's not going to call me and tell me that you were working too much on our project. So, I think that it depends on the person and what you have them doing.
Wait. You say pass the bar like the standard, or you talking about the bar exam?
The bar exam. The bar exam. I needed
Oh,
her to study. I said,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. She was not a slacker. No, shout out to Tia. She was doing a great job helping me when I first launched, helping me manage all the social media and some like virtual assistant stuff. And it was during the pandemic. So we were like one of the only two people we were seeing that were seeing each other in our circle. So it worked out and she was great. But at a certain point, I was like, you need to
Go focus.
I need you to
And see,
focus.
that's okay.
And I could
That's
feel it coming. Her work ethic was changing as she needed to focus. But I don't think she'd never worked in any kind of position like this. So she didn't know how to, and she believed in what we were doing. So yeah.
good leadership on your part, where you're like, hey, this this cannot interrupt your other priorities. That's
Yes.
good.
Yes.
So there is a line, hey, we need to get more done more quickly.
Hmm.
And we also say, hey, these are humans. They have goals, they have priorities, they have lives. That's beautiful.
Yes.
That's a good
Yes.
place to be because and that's where I want to start doing is putting parameters like, hey, this needs to be done in, let's say
Right.
2 hours or less. You got to build some thumbnails. I don't know.
Hmm.
If you can't do it in that time, I want the feedback. Hey, do you actually need more time or do you need more training?
Exactly.
As I'm
And
working on some SOPs, and that's one thing. I'm glad we're having this conversation. It's one thing I've been trying to figure out.
yeah, same here. I've been working through some SOPs and kind of scaling back what I want from the coaches. Like the program is done. I just need you to check in, do this. It's actually way less than what I had them doing prior, but I think the SOP is a little bit more specific, which is a
Okay,
better way to be to help us grow in the right direction. And we all know what direction we're going in.
that's important. I think goes back to vision.
And that goes back
Like,
to
are we
vision.
going? We going in the same direction?
Exactly. Exactly. So, have you ever hired any family members?
I have actually really just a couple. I've
Mm-hmm.
had, and I've paid them as well. So for
Mm-hmm.
Yolanda,
Mm-hmm.
um, she's been wonderful to work with. I've actually worked with my mom. She's not a certified accountant. I was thinking about having her get her CPA, but she's retired. I'm like, you don't need to do all that.
Yeah.
So she's worked on operations for me. My dad's worked on projects for me, and I haven't been able to get my sisters or brother on board.
Yeah.
Who else have I worked with? Her, she's escaping my. I'm blanking. She's here in Atlanta. She works
Mm.
for a law firm. Great operations mind. She
Mm.
took me out on a project, and I cannot remember. Wow, that's embarrassing. I'm gonna
Okay.
text. I'm gonna have to text her later when it pops into my head.
Okay.
So yes, but not as much as I want. Not as much as I
ah.
want.
I've actually hired quite a few, and if circle back that when I worked for Gold's Corporate, I
Mhm.
hired a lot of two or three cousins to become personal trainers, or work the front desk, or work the front desk and work up to become personal trainers. Definitely on the operations side, definitely work with my mom as well.
Shout
And
out to
like you,
moms.
yes, she's great with HR operations. Maybe that's what our parents have in common. She's been very helpful. She helped me get my trademark. She did all the things, so that was
That's dope.
um, yeah, yeah. So and I've enjoyed it, and and currently I have a cousin that works with me now outside of you from my dad's side. He's one of my coaches. He's really good with nutrition and very well
Oh,
spoken. So
yeah. I want to do two things. I want to be able to pay family
mhm.
members much like, hey, what do you do? You
Yes,
are like you do a good job, do a great job, even better, right? Um, let's pay them for that. But I also want to be able to create income for them inside of the
absolutely.
business, and that's one of the things that motivates me to keep going and dream a little bigger. Um, is being able to say, man, they're like, oh man, I'm looking for a job. I've got a job. Here, here's four. Pick one, right?
Exactly.
And not even get the what is it, the family discount? Like pay them what the job is worth.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that was the last one I had that I had for a couple years. My cousin Dominique, she was my VA, and I paid her above average because I paid American prices as opposed to getting a VA from India or something like that.
I
So
want to talk about that real quick. So two
okay.
things. You can't say, hey, I've got a master's degree and a PhD. I want you to pay me $50 an hour. No, I need YouTube thumbnails. That's not
Yeah.
a $50 an hour task.
Exactly.
Okay. So I want to talk about this. There's two numbers. The highest one is what is this task worth, like value to the business? What's the
Mhm.
return on investment? And then, and that's where you should pay them. So if they're
Mhm.
high school dropout, train them up. But if it's the other way, they're PhD Nobel laureate. Like, no, okay. This is still sending emails, right? It's still
Uh-huh.
email marketing, and making sure that you're paying for the task, not for their title. I
Yes.
think that's really important.
That happened to me as well. I had a cousin that was fresh out of college, and the price point that they quoted for what they were going to do was the same price point, actually more than my experienced person I was already, like almost three times the amount.
3 times.
Almost.
It's
three
needed.
times the amount. And so I just said, okay, that won't work for me for now. I just kind of let it go, but it was interesting. I was like, oh, and there you have it. And there you have
That's
it.
exactly what I went into. We
Hmm.
mistake. I like how Ashley Nicole Kirkwood puts it. She said they can never pay you what you're worth, but they will pay your rate. And I think once you separate those two, like oh, I'm worth $120,000 a year, maybe, but this is a Zapier integration
Right.
role, right?
Which now you can go to chat and figure it out yourself if you have the time, depending on what your hourly exchange would be to just do it yourself. Some of these tasks are going to get offboarded faster than normal these days.
Yeah,
So that's
that's
something that is very
ooh,
important to keep in mind.
we need to talk AI. I was talking to
Yes.
cousin Dia. It was Candace. Candace has
Mm-hmm.
been huge help with me planning on scaling. I don't even know if she knows it, but all her conversations have meant a lot.
Okay.
Um, no, let's get AI in the conversation on here. Cousin Dia is adamantly against any use of AI ever.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So it
let's
is not a
say this.
replacement, it is a tool.
Well said. Let's talk about it on the next one and like really
Yes,
dive deep. Like, how are you using it? How are you not using it?
absolutely. Because we can go on that. I was going to say that's a whole episode.
No, that is literally. Um, I need to text cousin Giles too. See how he's doing.
Oh, yeah, Giles. Yeah.
Man, this might be the best decision of the year. Get
Yeah,
reconnected with some family.
exactly. I was like, week to week. Let's bring people on here. And Melanie. Melanie's here too.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Uh-huh. She's great. So, all right. So, some takeaways. Definitely like working with our cousins if they're in the right place at the right time at the right rate.
Hmm.
And the vision matters, but it depends on where they are in their position. Depends on what you have them doing.
Absolutely. Yeah. I want to say we love hiring family. I know people will tell you, oh, don't work with family. No, don't work with terrible people.
Yes, don't work with awful
It, it,
humans.
it doesn't matter if they're related to you or not. Avoid
Yeah,
terrible people. Don't
yeah,
don't
be
give them a
discerning.
pass.
Exactly. Like,
But
yeah, if we need to
we're
send them to go be
thankful.
bus boys, we got other resources we can help, but everyone doesn't need to work
Facts.
with you.
I'm thankful. We're blessed. We've got some amazing family up and down and sideways.
Absolutely.
So I'm so excited for that. And we're I like your idea. We'll just continue bringing it on, continue to share. So our goal really is this. Listen, we want to come from a place of experience, what we've done, what worked, what didn't work. We're never going to tell you anything we didn't do. Just like she said with the fitness, we're not going to do a shot this week and a liquid diet next week. Um, we're going to talk from experience, and we just hope to help your journey be a little smoother and a little faster. Because listen, we got stories. This is just a 30-minute episode. We got stories.
Yes, for days. For days. It'll be in the next book.
Oh yeah, we gotta have a session, brainstorm session because I got a book too. I want to write this year.
Awesome. I'm here for it. And you've tasked me with mine, so we're gonna make it happen.
Let's make it happen. All right, y'all. Thank you for tapping into the Business Cousins podcast, where family and business don't have to be separate. Go take action this week. That's it.
Indeed. Yes. Be prosperous.
Peace.